welcome back everybody to our channel. I'm really sorry we haven't posted in a while. We've had a few things to do in the non-Defender life, I suppose. We've updated some things which this video will have in it, just to catch you up on some things that we've done. I've been away in Australia for 5 weeks. Tristan's had an operation, therefore he didn't actually come to Australia, which is a bit of a shame. Since then, since I've been back, my job's changed, so we've had a bit of catching up to do before we carried on doing videos, which is a shame, but everybody has a life outside of video editing, if I'm right. So just to catch you up on what we've done now, you're going to see Tristan doing the seat trims, because we're going to give the cockpit a bit of an overhaul, change the covers, and put the Exmoor Trim matting in, which you'll see after the trim in this video. So hope you like it. Sorry for the delay, and let us know your thoughts. Hope you like the video.
Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Got some parts to install before Darby comes home, because she's in Australia, been on holiday for a few weeks. Unfortunately I couldn't go because I had to go into hospital and have my appendix out a week before I was going, so she's out there on her own. So I've bought some parts to fit before she comes back to surprise her. So let's have a look what we've got. Brit part, retrim seats. Obviously you've seen from the title already, but so changing the old grey cloth ones out for some nice leather ones. Some nice black leather. It's got the back and the top and obviously the headrest, and then some nice new foam as well. And then the bit that Darby's definitely going to like is I've gone for heated seats as well. So we're going to have some nice warm buttocks in the winter. So any cold trips that we go on, we can keep nice and warm. So just open this up and see what we've got. So, sorry about the camera. We've got the pads here. Got the instructions. Obviously we've got sticky pads, the cable in and fuses in there. You've got your button on the thing to control the temperature, and then we're going to get that fitted into the truck when I do the seats. So that's what we've got to fit on this video, and I'll bring you along the way and show you the best I can of how I'm going to do it. Enjoy. Okay, so I'm just gonna take the seats out, so I'll just show you quickly how to do that. Not too hard of a job. I'm not going to take the rails out, I'm just going to take the seat out, obviously, and do it like that. Just take them out and leave the frames in there, and just take obviously the bottom, this lifts out, and then the top just clips off. I think you've got to take that off there, and then you can take the cover off, and then there's just a, I don't know if you can see, there's a little C-clip on there, pings off, and then that should, I think there's a bolt under there as well once you take this cover off, and that should allow you to take the top off, and obviously the bottom just pops out like that. I'll just do a little cinematic of how it looks in the bay now, or in the inside, and then once you've done the retrim, I'll show you it again. Yeah, so it's just two 13s bolts on there and the C-clip that side, and then the top lifts straight out. Obviously I'm going to give this a good clean up before I put it all back together. So we'll go back inside and crack on with retrimming the seats. Alright, so we've got this bit here. Take the top off, you just got to pull it apart basically, like that. All the way across, and that there. And I think I need to get the hoover because that's minging. Yeah, the foam's all gone. And then we can pull that off the top. But I'm going to get a hoover and hoover that first. Alright, as you just saw, I've got the old foam out, which is looking pretty minging. The old cover off. And we've got a new one here, which we're going to put on this, with a bit of glue around the edge to hold the foam on. Okay, so like the brick part video says, to put your pin through this top part on the cover. Put 3 holes in it with the 3 zip ties, like that. And then put 3 holes into the spring bit on the back. And then line that up with the hole, poke it through. With the zip ties. Put your zip ties through your holes. So, do them up. So it's like that. And obviously you're just going to chop them off, and then you've got to pull this up, line it up with the top, and then peel it all the way down. So we've got the first top bit done. I had to get a bit of help from the father to stretch it round. Once you put that on, you've got to slip the square bit of foam up under the back piece, and then you've got to stretch it into position so you can get this to meet and clip together. You see there, there's just a little slot and it clips in. So you have to pull up the bottom first and get it onto the little metal hooks, and then you can pull the top down and get the top clipped in. Happy with that, looks good. So we'll get the headrest done and then move on to the bottom. Right, so I've got the top cover off. It's just got a few staples and the 2 screws on the bottom plate, and then a few staples holding it in, and you pulled that off. So I'm just going to pull this on top of there, hold it under, staple it, and then put the little plate back on, and that's the headrest done. Nice and easy, that one. Right, so I just had to pull the cover back off because I forgot to put the heated seat pad bit in. So that's it there. It's just got a sticky bit each side. You pull the tabs off and stick it down. I've cut a bit off the top so it's in line with where the bit of material goes through the chair. So that's pretty much where you're leaning anyway. So that's stuck on there, and then you've got just the wire. Make sure you route it out of the side to the cubby box if you're having your switch on the cubby box when you put the cover back down. So I'll just put the cover back down, put the cable outside. Okay, so that's all back together. Headrest is in, looking nice with the heated seat cable coming out of the side, obviously driver's side, so I'm going out this side into the box. So now we're on the bottom. So all you've got to do on this one is pull your rubber out from there, which is obviously a little bit tight, like so. Pull that out. Like that. Chuck that out there. And then you have to unhook your little bar from the back on here, and you should be able to just peel the seat off. I'm just going to put you down to do that. Okay, so that's the bottom just pulled off, pulled the foam off. Still a couple of bits on here that will get off, but so all we've got to do now is just put some spray glue down and then sit the foam on top. Put your top heat pad on, and then I'll show you how to put the cover on. Okay, so that's the heat pad stuck on. They fit pretty much bang on the size for your bum, so it's going to keep the cheeks warm in the winter. So I'll just get the base, light over and flip it over, and then I'll show you how you do the bottom bit up. Okay, I did struggle a little bit to get that on, so I forgot to record. But basically, once you need to stick down the middle bit of the material from the top. You stick that down to the foam, just the centre piece, and then once that's stuck down, you fold the edges over all the way around, and then you flip it over. And then what you got to do is the little bead bit here, you have to hook it in there, and then with a hammer tap your rubber strip that you get with it, and hook it in at the same time, and then tap it in and work yourself all the way around. It's a bit of a fiddly job, but it can be done, obviously. So that's all nice and tucked around there. And then when you get to the edges, you've got the little pins. These are the old ones, but you got the little pins here, and you just got to make a little hole where it needs to be, stretch it down and pin it on both sides, 3 of them, and then you pull your little strings and tuck them underneath the seat in the foam. And obviously I've run the heater cable out of the side, which is going to be at the box side again, and then you put your rod through your bit of flappy material here, hook them over the holes and hook them over the hooks there, and that is it. Pretty simple, bit of a fiddly job, but that looks pretty good. So what we're going to do now is go and put it in the truck and have a little look at what it looks like, and then obviously I've got the other side to do, and then we're going to go through the wiring for the heated seats as well. Okay, so we've got one done and back in. Looks really good. Obviously just reverse of what you did, put the top back in, the pin in that side, push it through, and then put your 2 bolts in here, do those up, but make sure you've obviously got it through enough to get your little C-clip back on that side. Put your 2 bolts done up, cover on, lever back on, clip your bottom one in. Obviously we've got the cables through the back, so we'll get that connected up once it's on the other seat. But happy with how it looks, so we'll get on with the other one. Okay, so it's the next day. Obviously I ran out of light last night, so I've got the other passenger side out. Dogs are inspecting the box. What are you doing, Pop? What are you doing? Good girl. Yeah, so I ain't going to go through it all again, but do a little time lapse of stripping these outside, so to keep the mess out here, and then time lapse putting a new one all together. Okay, so that's both seats completed for the retrim part. Really happy with how they look. Make it look a lot better inside.
Okay, so now you've seen that the seat covers are done and looking all lovely. We had to do the rest, so now is the Exmoor Trim seat box cover, I suppose. So here it is in the box. It's quite thick, and if you are putting this to your home address and you're not very strong, it is quite heavy. How much would you say it weighs, Trist? 30 kilos, roughly. So there's your mat that it comes with, which you'll see shortly. It comes with the handbrake cover and the leather gaiter for the gear stick, which is nice.
Probably more than 30 kilos actually.
Probably more than 30 kilos. Some washers, some bolts, some cable ties.
And one
plug.
Yeah.
Plastic trim plug. We may also do the seat belts. We got these from JGS 4x4. Ours have gone a bit funny on the edges. Looks like they've been eaten by some bugs, and they're they're not very nice. I just don't know if you can see, they're starting to fray here. Yeah, they let the truck down a little bit, so we're replacing both of these, which is good, so it'll be nice and safe as well, because they don't look relatively safe at the moment. So that's another bonus for us as well, doing this job. Anyway, I suppose we should get on with it.
Okay, so that is the chairs out. The cubby box is up out of the way. So we've just got to remove all the trims around this box there. Take the carpet out and just basically take all the little trim bits, the seat belt bits out. So we can get that lied down and then put everything back together. Hey?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got everything out that needs to come out. Handbrake solution's off as well. All the old mats are out. We've cleaned up in here and hoovered. Put a little bit of paint along the crusty looking bits and tidied those up. So now we can lift the box bit in. This one. And have a little test fit, see where holes have got to be cut for like these clips and on the handbrake. And on that winch kill switch, I see on here they've already like pre-drilled the holes at the back, so we should be able to just cut those out with the knife for the handbrake bit. And yeah, we'll lift it in and see how it looks.
We've only gone and done it. You've put it in. Looks lovely now. We did have a plate which had the ECU plug on. We've decided to remove it because it wasn't allowing the trim to go fully down, and we would have had to cut a big line across here for it to sit down properly. So we're going to have we've got it coming out here, which is underneath our box, and we're probably going to make a little bracket or something, or a little sticky plug mount or something, so that we can still plug it in and it's still visible underneath the box.
We could just cut
or mount that onto the bottom of the box.
Yeah.
So yeah, now we've got this in, we've got these holes to cut out. We've already tested that our screwdriver from the underside is in line with these holes before we cut them out, which it does. So that's all ready to go, and then we'll start doing the
bottom bit.
The bottom part.
I just need to cut the other holes out for the cable for the handbrake.
And we have started doing seat belts at the same time, but realised that we have bought the wrong ones yet again. So with these ones, they've got the plates, which are not very nice to look at currently, but the ones we've got are some universal ones, and the buckle part are too long, so we're going to have to do them at a later date, which is fine. So yeah, we'll carry on.
Right, so we've got this base in now. Handbrake I've left off in case it needs to be moved around when we put the middle bit in. We've put cross holes in the pre-drilled bits for the cubby box. Like we've already said about that cable, and Darby's done the winch isolator switch down there. Made it look nice and neat.
What I did, it was a bit difficult and I didn't want to get the holes wrong, so I put a pick, this one, I poked that through the inside of the hole in, well, the most middle part I could, and then that gave me a bit more of a location of where to drill it, so quite happy with the 3 holes there. Not bad. So now that we've done all this, we're going to put the back piece in and then the floor, and then see what we need to do from there.
What happens when you don't use the correct tools, Darby?
Nothing. Whoops.
Use a proper torch next time, and don't leave that underneath the mat and then hammer the mat down. No. What a bot. Got the mats in now though, and the gator is on. We didn't like the ones that they provided, so let's stick with the rubber ones that were originally on there. Yeah. So we've just got to put the cubby box back on, and the seats.
And seat belts.
And the seat belt bottoms, because we've not changed them yet. And then we're all good. Okay, so that's us finished putting it back together, and I will show you now. Nearly the finished product. So you just, like I say, you've got to change the seat belts, but I've put the mats back in for now. Well, I'll keep them in there because there's no point of having no harm in extra matting, but that's what it looks like without it. Once it's settled in nicely, you've obviously just got to glue that back up onto the top there, because we've all left that in for extra sound deadening. But yeah, that's it all back together now, and it looks much smarter. Just going to get a little trim bit, I think, for down the side here, and obviously the new seat belts, and then maybe at some point sort the door cards out so they're a bit more fresh looking. But very happy with that, fits good. Had to do a bit of trimming, but yeah, so thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you've got any questions, as always, just give us a message on here or on Instagram, and we'll do our best to get back to you and help if we can. But yeah, if you could give us a like, give a little comment, share it to any mates who you think need to get one for their Defender. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.